Good day, lords and ladies of the internet. I am your host, the Parafox Archangel, the English gentleman of the internet, and I welcome you back to the darkest dungeon, where today we are going to go into a level 5 champion quest in the ruins with a few characters we have not yet seen in a while. That's right, today we are going to see if we can find some bloody rats. Because we still haven't found those guys, have we, Alistair? And we do, don't we? Precisely. So, for our team, we have Hirano, our stress healer and healer, like the good girl that she is. Then we have Naran, who is going damage mode in this dungeon, and has 20% crit with 18 to 20 damage. It's so beautiful. And then we have Den, who is Den. The Slayer just does tons of damage in the first place. Then we have Drake 360 Jr. Finally being used after his mighty resurrection from when he died in the darkest dungeon the first time. So, yeah. Everything seems pretty good. So let us begin. Let us go into these ruins and see what it is we can find within. So Alistair, what do you reckon we'll actually find these rats as? You don't reckon we will? So you're telling me this entire purpose of this dungeon is going to be pointless other than the possible comedic humor I could get out of it? But you're also going to say there's no comedic humor, isn't there? You know you're the comedic humor, right? I don't know if you knew that was an insult. Alright, well, let's first give everyone a bit of an accuracy buff, because those were too much. And then we can, because this is basically a nice straight line, just move. Ooh, now what did this thing do? I believe it gave us a nice buff, didn't it? Yes, 30% damage, because Drake needed more damage. Dim, dark, bright, or day, our task is the same. That was slightly poetic. Only 2? I expected more! That was kind of pathetic, don't you think? Like, you hardly did anything with that attack. God, I wish you wouldn't stun yourself on the very first hit, you know? Well, I guess you can just, I suppose, one-shot this guy. Because, wow, Drake. You know, it's at this point I realise why there's a big problem with taking Naran and as damage mode, and that's because damage mode Naran does bleed damage. And we're going to be fighting a lot of skeletons. But apparently we get a good trinket out of it. I didn't even know those were possible. Those are the rewards for long dungeons.
The darkness holds much worse than mere trickery.
Oh, hey, look, rats! Ha! Ha! We found them! We can fight them! And we're in pure darkness, too, so it works out even better. Ha ha ha! We enter the sewer! And there we have Mr. Mega Boss Rat! Please don't stun yourself! Thank you! Now, Mr. Mega Boss Rat only doesn't have any protection, it seems. But he does have a lot of different attacks. So, let's reduce his damage. Ah, so you eat corpses, do you? Well, technically we have no problems with that. That we might have a little more of a problem with. Minus 5% max health. Drake, you need to buff yourself. We're gonna need as much damage as possible out of you. Well. Oh, good, you crit. That means the corpse is removed. Thus, he can't eat And Drake can now go... Well, he could go smush with that, but I think I'd much rather him go smush with this. Then, you don't have to be crit every single attack. You realize that, right? Guys, you are the elite. You know that, right? Huh, okay. So if a rat survives a round, they... Which they need to survive Den to survive a round, I guess. What's the chances of stunning? About 50-50? Yeah, good one. Nice. Big mega heal on Drake as well. To then do 40 odd damage. Yes. Nice.
Can't touch this.
Good dodge, Den. About time you didn't get hit by that ability. Drake less so. Does this summon 1 or 2? 2. Of course it would summon 2. Well then, well, I guess you guarantee murdering that. Which means Den can thus guarantee murdering the corpse. Please grab him. I was actually kind of hoping you would. Or he can eat the corpse, generate himself a little extra health, and then we just go smush with a cannon. Do I want to stun him? How badly do I want to stun him? I think I'd much rather just hit him to kill him. Nerub is hard, it seems. Harder than I initially gave him credit for. But he can bleed. He can bleed. And be stunned. We need a big AoE heal right now, Hirano. Yeah, 8 healing a turn, that's what we need. King's Curse, what the hell's that? A horror effect? We're fine with that, that's perfectly fine. You know the best part about that? You're still in attackable range, so thwap! I'm glad you got a giant heal on you, Drake. That way, you're not guaranteed to just die. By the way, murder. Okay, Den, it's all up to you. Okay. The hell was that? Minus death blow resist. Now that's just cruel. Kill, kill. You resisted the effect, at least. Someone get a turn. Look, them getting a turn is gonna be fine. Because them getting a turn doesn't matter in any way comparison. I love how you moving is an action. Can you attack the back row? No. Noran Fury! Murder!
A victory. Perhaps the turning point.
Drake!
We're all gonna die!
Fearful! Why are you fearful? You're Drake. Like, I understand it's a scary business and all this, but... which of these guys does more damage? They're all about the same, but this one's got the most accuracy. I think Den can finish it now. Heal up, Noran. Den? If you could please?
As the fiend falls,
Glorious! We killed the Mega Rat! The Mega Rat is dead! What did we get for it? King's Heart, plus 25% debuff resist, not the worst. Plus 10% debuff skill chance, could be better. Minus 10% stress, that's the good bit. Minus 10% virtue chance, we should never need those. And it's bonuses with other things. Right, guys. If you could now have yourselves some snacks, let us hope there's nothing too bad in here. Good! There isn't. We don't know what's ahead of us, though. So, we kinda need to move ahead. Let me investigate.
If only treasure.
I mean, you could have done that in a better way, but sure. Why am I taking the gems? I don't need the money.
Mind that
Okay, Drake, we don't need you dying again.
closes in,
You know?
filling the hearts of men.
Still no combat. You know what am I doing? Now is when we need to use our campfire and heal up.
A moment
Isn't it, guys? Yes. Yes is the answer. We need as many ways to remove stress as we can. Now, do we want 10% protection in exchange for 2 speed, or do we want 10% accuracy and crit? Probably the accuracy and crit, honestly. Unless you got some good stuff. Not really. Not really. Yep, it did apply to everyone, just not himself. Bring on the fight! Ah! Okay. Well, this is intriguing. Good, you hostaged the one I don't care about, because it's not the one I was going to attack.
disadvantage. Give them no quarter.
I just realized there's a bloody vulture there, and I just allowed him to do vulture-y stuff. That sends you back 2, right? That's not enough. But Drake can just go farmstead maneuver and reduce his stress a little. Yeah, I saw that coming. But, I mean, at least it gives me a target now. Don't do that. Especially don't do that. Alistair, should I just leave? I got what I came for. I'd like a turn.
Death waits for the slightest lapse in concentration.
Can I retreat from combat? I can.
This skirmish may be lost, but the battle may yet be won.
We're all gonna die!
Hopeless! No, hopeless! Well, you can be as hopeless as you want, but we got what we came for, which was... Yeah, we killed the Vermin King. I'm glad we got the Vermin King so early, honestly.
Ignorance of your enemy and of yourself.
Look, it's a nice trinket, but it's not worth losing two or three of my best people over. Alright? Okay, so I need to stop pausing the video between these, because when I recruited the Beastmaster, it actually had a line from the Ancestor, which was, Beastmaster, something of primal savagery. You know, that's why I need to not pause these recordings. And for the next part of the episode, we have 2 new members to try out. The Beastmaster, as you've already just seen, as well as the Homunculus. Now, what is the Homunculus? The Homunculus is meant to be a little bit of everything. They're meant to be able to change their form to suit the current needs of what is happening. So, I've got no idea how it works. But he's our healer today! I know it's a terrible idea. Shut up. Then, but so is trying this woman again. Now, apparently last time I was playing her completely wrong, because what happens is if she's on full health, then she can't do anything. Yeah, it's silly, isn't it? So, we're going to have a game with her, hopefully not on full health. We then have the Beastmaster, who is an interesting person. I can't quite work out how he's meant to work, honestly. So, Yeah. And then we have the Duchess, because I like the Duchess, and she needs some experience if we want to make her good. Also, in addition, the Beastmaster is a bleeder. The only level 1 dungeons are the ruins, and we can't have that, so clearly I gotta recycle through the crap. And here we are in the Warrens, where hopefully dissolve. Oh, is that what causes you to lose your current shell? Huh. Alright then. This could be interesting then. So, I need to explore 90% of the rooms. You have a bloody flute on your back? You look like a bloody... What are they called? Leper? Right then? Do you have a random animation for whenever you do something, Mr. Homunculus, or is it actually guaranteed and you're just switching forms that much? Because, I mean, if it's random... That wasn't random, that was the same as last time. But we can't determine it from only one. Also, how many bloody traps do these bloody pigs need? Here we go, a fight. And you're glowing, which is pretty cool looking. I think you gotta do that. Take on aspect of the ball. She doesn't care. Apparently. He can't move. So what happens if I do this?
The blood quickens.
Alright, alright. Well, I'd better make sure you move forward then, because that's what needs to happen.
Death waits for the slightest lapse in
Nice. Very nice, whatchamacallit. Riposte, then. I guess you need to wail. If things go... I've been asleep. Where am I? Okay, so, next up. You need to simply go slice. You failed, but okay. Next up, you... do that, I suppose. Launch forward. I guess... now I try this? No, that's stupid, because that's blight, and they're pretty resistant to that. But what about trying this to see what happens? I'm assuming dissolve is what you do. Well, now we can act. I suppose that's the main thing. So, what happens from you doing that?
as the enemy crumbles, weapon and
So...
tone.
Dear fool, aren't you meant to take damage every time you... Aren't you meant to take damage every time you do an ability? You know, so that we can guarantee the fact that you don't take damage? To us? More so? I guess I can do this?
Brilliant comfort.
And the gate clangs shut, you say. You're already afflicted, so... you're not doing a goddamn thing, dear woman. Alright, so what does this federal cuts do? Ooh. So that's what it means by double strike. You seem to use stealth an awful lot, then it would seem. Madam, aren't you meant to fully recover after doing... at the end of combat? You know, there it is, on battle end, full recovery. Where's your full recovery, madam? That character's fucking broken. Well... let's continue on with a fight. Oh, look, vampires! Oh, look, we got a Duchess! You have a vampiric target! Please go for it! Okay, because I'm clearly going to need to be in the stress healer mode. Well...
And now the true test. Hold fast or expire.
I mean, they didn't take that much stress.
Obliterated.
Oh, you didn't vampirize her. She wants to be a vampire. Wrong one!
Death by inches.
We have the character who wants to be a vampire. Of course the other person right in front of her gets to be the vampire instead. Because logic and fairness and reasoning and all the other words to describe this entire bullcrap of a situation. Hello, a torch. We can grab ourselves a torch. Well, at least there's loads of decor things ahead of us. Oh, look, it's one of these things. What do these things do again? I believe it was... These could give us a positive quirk. So, who needs a positive quirk? Quite frankly, you do. But you get stressed instead. Oh, I would have guaranteed being attacked either way, so... 60... Okay, so Beastmaster is a disarmer. That's not surprising. He felt like the roguish character. The hell is that? Cures diseases and status effects. Alright, I'm no longer a vampire. Sure. Sure. Hey, this root I just found in these pile of bones cures vampirism. There's some logic there, I'm sure.
Wait.
So when using the Fool, you kind of never want to use someone who has AoE healing. Is what I get from it. You could really use a damage increase. Also, the Homunculus with the Last Light Martyr Seal combo is pretty damn nice.
Maintain.
I kind of wish that did more damage to yourself, rather than just 4. Because this right here could potentially heal you again. To be fair, 8 stress healing, guaranteed. Apparently not guaranteed. It's pretty damn good, honestly. Well, bye-bye, piggy.
This expedition
That time you cured yourself! Why didn't you before? And that's basically everything in this dungeon. I like the Homunculus. I like the Homunculus. And for our third and final dungeon of the day, we're trying something a little different. For you see, all 4 of these characters are level 4. So, logically, they should be fine going into a level 3 dungeon, should they not? So, who do we have? We have the Beastmaster, we've got the Soothsayer, the Homunculus, and the Dark Wraith. All characters we've seen before, no one new. But mostly, I just really want to try out this Homunculus again. Also, I find it hilarious that he gets the weak grip on life negative quirk when he has 0 death blow resist in the first place. Yeah, it's cute. So it's just like, well, he just doesn't get a negative quirk then, I guess. But yeah. So what do we have? We have the Dark Wraith, equipped with Mother's Masks and Mother's Arrow, with the plan that he gets kills to heal himself, considering he does damage to himself to do a number of his abilities. You then got the Homunculus, just being champion healer of all, because he's got that, which does 2 healing whenever he heals. All of his support abilities affect the entire party. He's got that, so it does an additional 2 healing, so at least 4. He then has this special shell, as it's called, which does an additional 3, which means that he does... Oh, what's the calculation, Alistair? Yes, you're right, you are useless. It would be approximately like 8 plus another 10, so 18-ish at maximum AoE healing to the entire party. And then you've got the Soothsayer, who just does damage based on her stress, and then you've got the Beastmaster, who apparently is all about stealthing and repositioning himself a little. So, we're trying some new things, which hopefully should work out. Hopefully.
Let us claim this place anew.
Sure. So, Alistair, what do you think of this new team? Is that one of the things immediately? Wow. I wonder if it's possible for 3 of those to spawn in a row. Wouldn't that be hilarious? Ah, here we go. We start with a fight. Glorious. Well, first things first, I guess. And that first thing first is just going like so.
The abyss returns.
Now, you might wonder, why did they all suddenly just get horrored? And the reasoning for that is... Oh, you don't use any of your abilities in the 4th position. I knew there was a problem with me doing what I was doing with you. Well, guys, so how shall we do this? Damage shell? No. No. I feel the healing shell, just because I want to see the number to start with. Although we do need some stress healing, so... I mean, in all honesty... Doing the amount of bad humors. Wow. Do you have, like, 0 disease resistance or something, Mr. Beastmaster? You got 40%. That's better than most characters. Alright, well... Let's... Why can't I do that? Oh, because there's no one in the back row. Let's do a nice heal. And that was an AoE heal of 9, which is... like, just good, honestly. There's interesting logic behind the Dark Wraith, because he gets 2 actions. First he does that, which does damage to himself, but deals damage, and then he lifesteals. So, does this take an action out of interest? No. No, it doesn't. Interesting. Okay, that's actually really important to know that... What am I calling? Using the stress ability doesn't actually change the turn order. Oh, he only has 1 ability. He can't move. He just moves back. So, his move action is removed from the game.
Possessed by evil intent.
Interesting. What's with all the traps? Vampires? The Duchess isn't here! Go away! So, the homunculus's healing is kind of minimal. Until you add in the factor of him having last light. Then it becomes pretty damn decent. Now, the Soothsayer works really quite well with someone who has the... whatchamacallit. How much healing will this do then? 6 plus 7, so about 13. I mean, that's less than we estimated, but still damn good.
Confidence surges as the enemy.
Well done, Mr. Darkwraith. Very nice, very nice. Where did you get healing from then?
Trifling.
My oh my, isn't this a lot of heirlooms you have just given me? I am most quite grateful.
Ooh, shiny.
A map? Please show us more. So we don't get to know whether the quest location is... that there. Well, isn't this game a bastard? It doesn't even show us the fact there's an enemy here, either. More of a bastard. I do like the way the... whatchamacallit. Alistair, what was my last train of thought with with the last sentence? Stop getting diseased! Jesus! What is wrong with you, pal? Your damage is not high, Mr. Homunculus. I definitely see you as a support character. Yeah, you need to move back, I think. Hopefully that doesn't... Yeah, you need to dissolve your shell, which gives you a free healing on yourself, thanks to the last light, which is even better. And then you howl for everyone, which is nice healing, and stress healing, and healing. I didn't expect the homunculus to be quite this good. Honestly expected them to be a little on the worst side, if I'm fully honest. Madam, do you have any abilities you can learn to do out from the back row? Yes, but all of them are just buff spells of some degree. Because I would really like you in that position right now, because of the fact of, well...
Monstrous size has no...
You get the buff for that, because you ate the corpse.
Unless
No.
inordinate.
Well, considering there's a bunch of battles that direction, I don't feel like moving in that direction. A miraculous plant! Huh! Mr. Mega Diseased, would you like to use that? It only cures one at a time. I was expecting better from you. Well, here's one of the wards. There's a bunch of stashed heirlooms. Yes, you know how that works. You open the bloody thing. There's a Shambhala, which we ain't touching for nor hell and back. I think I want you to prowl and send yourself to the back. Although that just means I can't stress heal this turn with the homunculus, which means this was probably a very bad idea. I have one action available to me. Healing. Lots of healing. Nice healing. 2 nice healing. How come you got healed for an extra 1?
Destroyed.
There goes Mr. Stressy. Ow, that bleeding hurts. I'm not even going to dissolve my skin just so that you get the extra healing compared to the extra stress healing from that happening.
Press this advantage.
That little munchkin is a prick. It needed to die. Why is a regular one so much more likely to... You don't even care about healing. I just remembered you can restore your health so goddamn easily. Why am I bothered about healing the Beastmaster when the Beastmaster just doesn't give a damn about healing? Mr. Homunculus, please stress heal everyone. I could really focus on maximizing that Soothsayer's ability to stun. I really could. The weakness to the homunculus and his stress healing is the fact he can only do it from position 1, 3, and 1 and 3. So he has to be right in the center of combat, or in a very awkward position too. Hopefully, you're dead now. Thank you. I am glad that happened. It needed to happen. I got rid of the holy water, didn't I? Of course I'd get rid of the holy water. Bring it on, then. Aha! So you've got one of those little fishies in the background, did you? Well, we're not falling for that this time. No, sirree. We made special care that we would not have to deal with your kind. The Beastmaster's very good at taking care of the stealthed one at the very beginning of the fight. The dog look weird? It's a part of me. We didn't need to know that. Did we, Alistair? What is wrong with you? Please heal us with your divine grace. You know what? No. Forget healing us with your divine grace. That dissolve being usable each round is so stupid. So very stupid. I kind of wish you had more ability to do damage, though. I will admit. Heck, a little more damage and not quite. Wait a moment, what do I mean not quite? We still have one last person to do an attack. There! Now it's dead. Are you going to tell us you just fired a bit of yourself as well? And if so, what bit? Because I'm pretty sure Alistair wants to know. Well, come on, the way you reacted with the last thing he said. We're looking for the beastie, yes we are. Just a simple little beastie, yes we are. We've got a beastie to find, you see, just so that we can find out what the hell they're up to. Oh, the beastie is here to be found. I'm talking about a beastie when it's a ward. What the bloody hell's wrong with me, you ask? The answer I do not know. So how much damage do you do? 7 to 10. That's rather poor, honestly. So's your dodge and so's your health, quite frankly. You are definitely a support character. And the best way for you to support... become a plague doctor and plague them, honestly. That's not the one I targeted. I targeted the one at the back. Jesus, this poor Dark Wraith is not being allowed near the front for him to be able to do anything, is he? I still haven't dissolved your shell, have I? Nope. Why haven't I dissolved your shell? I think the Homunculus is a very solid support character at this point. Thorn, plus 50% healing, minus 10% protection. With a bunch of heirlooms on top. Jesus Christ. So much I have to get rid of. I don't need the gold crap. You, sir. Look at what's in here. Find yourself a herb. Or don't. Or don't. Okay, well, this place is empty, it seems, so let us use our campfire. Let us eat all that we want. Homunculus, what the hell is wrong with you? Mistletoe to numb, mandrake to strengthen, and a piece of mentis root. Well, good to see you're on full health again, at least. Eat all the food so we use an inventory space. Now, Homunculus, please tell me, what the bloody hell is this ability? An arm. Another arm. Another arm. You can just grow arms for us, can you? Prevents nighttime ambush, produces a totem. A buff for one battle, minus 30 stress versus Eldritch. Okay. Fair enough. And then you take extra stress and give us scouting. First you want stress, second, whatever. So I guess now we move on. And just see what the bloody hell we can find. More heirlooms. You're really hammering home the heirlooms, aren't you? Right, what do we find, Miss Scout? Aha! The quest location! We've done it! Okay, what's ahead of us then? A couple of random craps. Well, we can go see what those random things are, I guess. Oh, look, a random sack. I mean, it's the same thing, but... And a random bag. It's already been looted. Well, everyone, I'm not sure what to say. Apart from, let's try a limb and see what happens. Flesh Curse. Minus 25% HP for the quest. Death Curse. Death blow set to 0%. Cannot be bled. Minus 50% food consumed. 0 healing from food. Plus 20% healing. Ah! That's kinda... terrible. Especially on this guy. Mostly on this guy. Well, I'm glad this is the last dungeon of the day. Alright, so what did we get? Fear of the yokai, so it's still a disease on you. Well, we need that removed immediately. Fairweather fighter, that sucks. What is with you and getting diseased, Mr. Beastmaster? You've been in 2 dungeons and you've contracted 4 different diseases. Vampirism, grey rot, whatever the other one is, and now the runs? Really? Alright, first things first. First things first. You. What? Did I just ruin this character? He needs to go on a quest with the Beastmaster to find himself a medical herb. As for you, well, everyone, what can I say other than thank you all for joining me today. It has been an interesting day, but as I say, if you wish to become one of the characters you've seen today, simply say in the comments down below. We know we want the Duchess to see the Duchess in action, and frankly, I am really loving this homunculus, so who wants to become some weird corpse-like shapeshifter thing? But I'm afraid that I'm all out of time for today. So everyone, I'm afraid that until the next time, it is time for me and Alistair to bid thee all farewell, good day, and finally, good night.